What is going on, everybody? Before we get into this commentary, I just wanted to put this in here. I usually don't, so it's kind of weird for me, but a trigger warning as we do go into very serious topics considering sexual assault, dementia, and elderly folk being abused. So if that's a issue for you at all, please click off the video now, and for the rest of you, please enjoy. What is going on, everybody? Figured we could take a break from Minecraft today and head on back to Call of Duty Town. This is a match of absolute domination, I believe. It's right at the beginning. I went 59-9. Right at the beginning, I was trying to use a Spitfire, which I'm not quite used to, and just was getting pummeled with it. Well, then I switched to my assault rifle because basically my assault rifles are just like, okay, the enemy team's starting to piss me off class. So I went ahead and switched to that and just dominated on them. I think I got 2 gunships this round, which sadly my team wasn't good enough to be able to defend against an ice pick, even though we had plenty of time because the gunship takes the longest thing ever to hack. But that's besides the point. It was a damn good gameplay, and I will cut the audio at the end here so you can hear the little kid that was just screaming. I mean, it was hilarious. Probably the highlight of the match. Anyway, I kind of wanted to touch on something new that's been going on. I waited a little bit, obviously, because I'm not a trend hopper, but some ways I am, and I wanted to talk about the Chris Chan situation, because this kind of hits close to home, and do not get that misconstrued with something else. This hits close to home just because I've had family members with dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff like that, and know just how vulnerable they can be. And anyway, if you guys don't know what's going on, Chris Chan is the most documented man in internet history. There is thousands of episodes and documentaries on this guy. Basically, he is an autistic, I think he's transgender now, I'm not quite sure. So please don't quote me on that. But autistic, I don't remember what else he calls himself, but basically he's the Sonichu guy. If you ever seen Sonichu, the Sonic Pikachu, that is Chris Chan. Well, he's always been a freaking weird dude. I mean, but that's with the internet. You get freaking weird people, but that's okay, because we're all here to just relax and enjoy some weird shit all together. We all do weird stuff when no one's watching. Well, this guy has recently, I mean, I'm not even going to talk about any of his other weird dramas, has recently just been arrested for having sexual relations with his mother. His 80-some-year-old mother with dementia that cannot cope with anything. And not only is, for some reason, there's like 6 states still in the U.S. that, like, incest is legal. And to me, they arrested him on the charge of incest, but to me, they should have arrested him on the charge of rape. Now, yeah, that is a heavy word there, but, you know, YouTube's going to demonetize this anyway, because I'm not able to get monetized, but this will get shut out, but I have to get, I mean, he's a fucking rapist, and it pisses me off that they only charged him with the incest charge, because people with dementia do not have the capability to give consent to anything like that. God forbid their own son. I mean, this is a woman that took care of you through your life, and you're just going to treat her like that. I mean, that just makes me sick to my stomach. Like, legit, like, trying to read the article made me almost gag, and I never find anything gross. I mean, I'm like, you know, I'm the kid that was, you know, people would show, oh, watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup, and I'm the one that could watch the whole video without tapping out. I mean, I didn't like it, but it was awful. But, you know, I don't gag it, but that made me gag. Just the thought of doing that to your own mother is just heinous and disgusting, and this dude needs the maximum penalty to it. And I think he should be charged as a sex offender, and not only a sex offender, but then on top of the incest charge, just because of the severity of this crime. I mean, it just is deplorable, and people were filming, and I know this guy is relentlessly trolled, and I honestly feel bad for him with just how relentlessly trolled he is. I mean, he is the pinnacle of why you shouldn't post everything on the internet, because the internet will post it back at you and just make it worse. Where you're one person, the internet will crowd together and become 20 million people all against you. So whatever you do, do not take on the internet. It is not gonna. You were going to lose. I mean, God forbid. I mean, just watch some of the internet historian, just for if you to kind of get a scope of things and to understand what's happening and what happens with the internet, and you want to laugh. Watch the internet historian in his blank versus 4chan stuff. Like there's polls versus 4chan. There's like FurCon or whatever, OneCon, Comic-Con or BusinessCon or whatever it was that totally got trolled by 4chan. I mean, just one group of people, not even the entire internet, would just have nothing else better to do. And it's sad. But, and I like I'm saying, I feel bad for this guy for how relentlessly trolled he was for all of his life, and still to this day. I mean, even people were filming him as he was getting put into his car. But at this point, I don't give a shit. If you're going to do something like that to your 80-year-old mother that, honestly, you can't, like, she probably can't even dress herself. I know if I find it, I'll put the tweet up on the screen, but I really don't want to go through his Twitter because that made me just more pissed off. But going through his Twitter, and I saw this picture of him doing his mom's hair, and she looks just lost. I mean, people with dementia have this look because dementia is a brain degenerative disease to where basically your synapses stop firing in the correct pattern and things become hard. And you can definitely tell the biggest difference between Alzheimer's and dementia patients is that Alzheimer's is, almost purely memory, and they get more violent towards their later year because they're frustrated, because they can't remember, because it'll get to the point where they know they're forgetting, and makes them mad. Dementia patients don't even know. They have zero clue what's going on. Like my Uncle Dean, God bless his soul, before he passed, and this was a long time ago. I mean, we share it as, a funny memory with Uncle Dean because that's how my family is. Remember the positives, don't remember the negatives, even though he's gone. But my little brother was there, and they were talking to him while he was in the hospital, and he was a severe dementia patient. I mean, my little brother was talking to him, I think, like 2 months before he passed. Severe dementia patient he wasn't going to make it much longer. Well, his favorite memory is that, he was just talking about something else, and all of a sudden belted out just I was working on the rail, because that's what dementia does. It creates just a total misfire in your synapses, and you don't know what's going on. And this picture of this woman is just, she looks so afraid and lost. You can definitely tell that she's just confused on what's going on. And there's probably a good chance she didn't even know who her own son was for a moment. And that's a thing that's hard for dementia patients, because sometimes they'll have a moment of clarity and they'll be back. But give it a moment and it'll go back to whatever is going on, and it's random. It's really hard to predict. And this man was having sexual relations with his mother. Now, I am a firm believer, because it started a debate. Can you give consent when you have dementia? Fuck no, you can't. You cannot, because there is no discernible distinction between a person with dementia having a moment of clarity versus a person with dementia having a dementia moment. There is no difference in it at all, because their voice doesn't change. It's not like they have a tic. It is purely by guessing. So in the sense that you cannot get a concrete foundation, ignoring that this is his mother, a concrete foundation, to me, it is rape. And apparently, this has been going on multiple times. This wasn't a one and done thing. This was multiple times. And he posted about it on the internet, I think. Or it was like a leaked phone call by one of the trolls. Which, again, like I said, I feel bad he's getting trolled. But damn, am I happy that this troll leaked this info and got the police called on him. Because that man deserves to be in jail. Now, should this man receive any lesser sentence? To me, I've been watching some documentaries, reading up on him, I see a man that, yes, has autism and has social ineptitude that doesn't quite know, some cues. But I do not see a man so severely autistic that he's not able to discern right from wrong. I think he should be charged fully to the extent of the law that they can, and nothing less. That is my opinion, guys. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment sections down below. And if you have not been versed in this situation, I encourage you to go to Some Ordinary Gamers. Mudahar made a fantastic video catching you up to speed on this and also getting some opinions from him. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I apologize that this was kind of a very dicey video that I usually don't make, but I felt it needed to be said. Thank you.
Twice before trying that again.
Get fucked! Get fucked, you shit man! I'm going to. You got fucked. Fuck you, you bitch. I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat you. Yes. Goodbye.